Hello everyone, welcome to Kyle is Famous, the complete edition. Now, this game is free, but for the complete edition, it is $10 on Steam. I somehow got it, and now we're gonna be playing it. I think I got it a long time ago before it cost money, and so that's why I have the complete edition. I don't know how it works, but yeah, this is a decision-making game, and there are hundreds, I think, about 100 or so endings. It's a pick-your-own adventure game with the decisions that you make, and it's really just reading cards. There's no animations or anything, so it's kind of like D&D, but except for the dice rolling part. So let's start.
Kyle woke up. He is famous.
All right, I'm famous. Am I Kyle? Skip or more? Now, I did record this a while back. I completely forgot everything about this game, though. So there won't be any kind of tutorial or anything, so if you get this game, you'll probably start wherever the game actually starts at. I'm starting off in the new game, it just won't give me the tutorial. More?
Kyle is host of the most popular talk show in recent memory, Stay Up Late with Kyle. Stay Up Late with Kyle has grown in popularity quickly in the last year, and the public has noticed.
That's why we're famous.
Inside has called Kyle a most excellent dumpy white man. Top Tech noted that Kyle is inspiring youth to explore STEM fields.
Wow, smart boy.
Most other talk shows are dedicated to discussing Kyle and his personal details. Most online videos are best of clips taken from Kyle's latest broadcast.
Am I supposed to be doing something? It just keeps giving me the same...
The eye of the world is upon Kyle. Tonight is Kyle's most important guest interview yet.
Really?
Stay Up Late with Kyle will be featuring Rachel May.
Oh
she is
my
a kind
gosh.
and lovely philanthropist.
Not Rachel May. Oh man, this is such a great opportunity.
She is dear to the hearts of many. This interview requires preparation. Kyle cracked his eyes open, knowing today is his last chance to prepare for the interview. Kyle has 30 hours left. He must choose his actions wisely.
So 30 hours, if I remember correctly, we have 30 decisions we have to make before the actual interview. And what's cool is you can right click and it'll spin your little pen like I'm fidgeting it. That's pretty cool. I like that. Okay, what will we do first? Kyle's first decision of the morning was made wisely. Should we exit the bed or wither away? Well, if we want the best ending, I think the best thing would be to get out of bed right away. It took us an hour to do that. Honestly, it sometimes takes me an hour to get out of bed. Kyle exited his bed and took a quick glance around his room. All right, what shall we do? Open the closet, sit at desk, or scavenge? Open the closet? Kyle opened the closet. It was dark and he could only really see his hanging shirts. Choose an outfit, inspect rusty locker. What's with this creepy noise that's playing? I guess
Kyle knelt down and inspected the old rusty container that had been in his closet for ages. It was locked, but had a blade-shaped slot in the top.
Back to bedroom. Oh my goodness, it took us 2 hours to do. Okay, we already wasted 2 moves. Scavenge? Open. No, we gotta change first. Choose outfit.
Kyle decided to take some time to choose the perfect outfit, knowing how important appearance is.
Jeans and swimming goggles. Skunk or slick suit. Or suit of armor. What if we get shot today? Or something heavy falls on us, like a piano. I mean, the most reasonable one is the slick suit, I guess.
Kyle miraculously crammed his dumpy body into the suit. The chest pockets were filled with random knickknacks.
Nice. Back to our room. Alright, I guess we will scavenge now.
Kyle quickly crouched down on the floor, realizing his immediate need for...
Gossip, bed, back to bedroom, resources, or bugs? Resources.
Kyle began to comb through the damp piles of filth and mold on his floor in search of helpful items.
That sounds disgusting. What
After
was all that?
finding and eating a few bits of crumbs and old cheese, Kyle found something much more important.
Oh, I thought he ate one of the bugs. What do you find?
Indeed, it was the corpse of Harry, a friend that had gone missing years ago while at Kyle's house.
Kyle? What did you do to this guy? You killed him in cold blood for his ideas, and that's why you got famous?
Kyle was glad to see him again, but was unsure of whether to interrupt such an important day with Harry business.
Take a day to take care of Harry. I mean, I'm sure that'd be fun for an extra ending or something. I mean, the decision is yellow. Should we deal with him? Why not?
Kyle hoisted Harry onto his shoulder and took him outside. Kyle began dragging Harry's body down the street, drawing many, many stares.
Oh, gosh. I think this ruined our reputation, guys. This might be an ending already.
Kyle knew exactly where he needed to take Harry's corpse. On a lovely playdate. Just the two of them.
Ugh.
Kyle and Harry started at the arcade. Kyle used Harry's arms to operate the joysticks
Oh
and
my
push buttons.
gosh. This must be the most disturbing sight known to man.
After 5 or 6 different games, the two friends had enough tickets for a single candy bar. They
Sounds
took their
about right.
prize to the local park for eating. Kyle tried to feed some of the chocolate bar to Harry, but Harry seemed to not have an appetite.
When the decision said to take care of Harry, I did not expect this.
After eating, Kyle noticed a nearby playground. He dragged Harry over.
Oh my gosh, traumatize the children too.
Kyle tried to figure out a way to swing Harry onto the swing set, but lacking the ability to grip, Harry kept falling out.
Oof.
Instead, Kyle started to lug Harry to the top of the slide and shove him down time and time
Ew.
again.
Just nasty, gross stuff just on the slide.
Finally, Kyle took Harry to the movies to see as many popular films as their pocket change allowed. Kyle quickly found that he had no pocket change, so he searched through Harry's pockets until he found his wallet. Kyle bought 2 tickets to A Love Romance. After getting inside, Kyle left Harry to go find a restroom. By the time Kyle had finished using the restroom, he had forgotten that he brought Harry along.
No, we just left Harry there?
Kyle watched A Love Romance by himself. Harry's corpse sat on a bench in the atrium.
Oh, in the atrium.
While Kyle was in the movie, a beautiful thing happened.
The police.
Harry's corpse, imbued with the power of friendship and love, was reanimated.
What?
Harry's old, rotten flesh gained color and life. His fingernails regrew.
Ew.
His missing eye came back.
Oh.
By the
Welcome
time
back,
the movie
Harry.
was over, Harry was able to greet Kyle with a large, friendly hug as his old self.
No, I think he's back to kill us. Get revenge.
Kyle was confused, but delighted to have his long-lost friend meet him on his way out of the theater. The two made plans to get drinks together and parted ways for the day. Kyle returned home, forgetting about the interview with Rachel.
Forget the interview. In the end, that's it. Kyle helped a friend. Wow, that's one of the endings. Yeah, if we go into the menu and look at endings, these are all the endings, guys. So I was able to get 2 in the past. I forgot what they were, but look at that. So many. And this one we just got? No, it even says the date. Dang, see. Achieved in January 24th, 23. It's been 2 years, guys. So trust me, I don't remember a single thing of what I did to even get those 2. But there's ours. Helped a friend. Helped an old friend. Alright, let's go for another one.
Kyle woke up.
Alright, skip this. We'll do the same thing, I think. We didn't... Well, all we did was put on a suit, right? Change outfit.
Kyle decided.
Slick suit.
Kyle-
Back room. Scavenge. We did that, and we ended up with a new friend. Or an old friend.
Kyle quickly crouched down on the floor,
back to
realizing
bedroom.
his immediate need for...
What about bugs? What's
Kyle
this all
started
about?
to pick between the fuzz of his bedroom carpet, hoping to catch a stray beetle or 2. Soon, he had a small handful of various insects, dead and alive.
Eat immediately. Actually, let's save this. Is it going to be in our inventory?
Kyle stashed the wriggling mass for later use.
Back to bedroom. What the? Ball of bugs. Kind of cute. But I think we're good with the scavenging. I don't know how useful those bugs are going to be for later. Okay, write the notes for interview. Back to room. Check in to desk drawer. Notes for interview.
Kyle wrote down his first question.
Are you a mother? Am I a mother? Is your mother a mother? Are you a mother?
Kyle wrote down his second question.
Your dieting tips. Beef mash or blended. Ever eaten a raw egg whole? What's good for stem? Mashed? I don't even know. Let's just go with the mashed.
Kyle wrote down his third question.
Funny story. Do you ever smile? Do you ever smile? I purposely ran over a butt pee. Oh my gosh. I don't even know. Let's go with the... I ran over.
Kyle wrote down his last question.
Do you feel guilty? Are you guilty? What's your guilty pleasure? Are you guilty?
Kyle ripped his page of notes out of the notebook and got up from the desk.
Oh, I thought he ripped up his notes. Okay, we got our questions now. I guess we are doing the interviewing. Take a drawer back to room. Sit at desk, scavenge, exit bedroom. Sure, let's get out of here. Kyle walked into the small hallway that connected the rooms of his apartment together. Check locked door, leave apartment, move to kitchen, return to bedroom. There's so many. I guess we would check the door.
Kyle walked over to the strange door in the hallway, but found quickly that the door was locked from the inside.
Force the door with forehead? No. Oh my gosh, there goes whoever moves. Leave apartment, move to kitchen, return to bedroom. We only have 9 hours left, so do we even have time to eat? Sure, let's just make some food, I guess. Kyle walked to the center of the kitchen, open fridge, check pantry. I think the pantry would be a nicer option.
Kyle wanted to access the pantry, but found it was locked with a small keyhole.
Are you serious? There goes another two
Kyle
moves.
opened the fridge, intending to find something to eat.
Crust on fridge. Oh, I'll eat the fridge. Prep breakfast, eat condiments. I guess I'll eat the fridge. Can never be too full, right?
Kyle pointed his neck directly upwards and hoisted the fridge on top of his face. Somehow, miraculously, he wrapped his mouth around the device. He started to swallow. In one slow, horrible movement, the fridge slid down Kyle's throat.
Scrumptious.
After many gurgles, pops, and snaps, Kyle felt relatively sure the fridge would not come back out.
Back to the kitchen. We're all out of moves now. Kyle walked to the center of the kitchen. Well, now we have bad food in our system, an entire fridge. I was surprised that wasn't going to be an ending. I thought he was just going to crush himself with that fridge. Return to hallway, and now we're out of time. Showtime.
Kyle hurried to the set. Sitting across from his host chair was a glamorous woman with an air of genuinity. As Kyle approached her, Rachel looked up and smiled.
Approach Rachel.
"Good evening, Kyle," she said, looking him in the eyes. "I've been looking forward to being here."
Me too. Don't ask why I look like a fridge.
Kyle responded.
Scream and spit in circles. Answer politely. Yes.
"And I as well, Rachel," answered Kyle, extending his hand in greeting. "You are a most welcome guest."
Shake hands.
After other mild exchanges of pleasantries, Kyle and Rachel were prompted to take their places for the broadcast. A moment after seating, the studio lights brightened and the cameras clicked on.
Oh gosh, the pressure is on. Start the broadcast.
"Good evening, everyone," said Kyle, looking at the camera. "Welcome back to Stay Up Late with Kyle."
Oh yeah, this is our show. I forgot. Introduce our guest, Rachel.
Kyle vomited all of the horrible things he'd eaten earlier onto the floor.
No, the bad food.
Rachel looked at Kyle, concerned, gave a couple coughs, and decided to play it cool and keep the show running.
Oh, nice.
Kyle stopped, then vomited again, then continued with a shaky voice. "Tonight, I have the pleasure of interviewing the lovely Rachel May, who needs no more introduction."
Become Rachel May? I can shapeshift? Is it... No. No. Let's not go too silly. I want to see just a regular ending first.
Kyle motioned to Rachel, who smiled and waved at the camera. "Hello, Kyle," she said. "I'm glad to be here." "Well, I'm sure we'll have a lot to discuss. So we might as well dive right in," said Kyle.
Kyle sounds like a very interesting, very fun host, that's for sure. It's probably the food.
"I'm very ready," said Rachel with a winning smile. Kyle produced the notes he had taken earlier.
Oh, goodness gracious, no. Are you a mother? I purposely ran over a puppy, mashed potatoes, or are you guilty? Let's go simple first. Are you a mother?
"Rachel, I and many others would love to know, are you a mother?" Kyle looked up from his notes. "Well, being a single woman with a career," she answered, "that's not something that has crossed my mind." Rachel smiled genuinely at Kyle. "Very reasonable indeed," said Kyle. He referenced his paper of questions. Kyle asked another question.
So we are going to end up having to ask all 4 of these questions. You know what? Let's just go to the meat of it all. I purposely ran over a puppy.
"Hey, I ran over a puppy on purpose," said Kyle. Everyone in the studio froze. Kyle spread his hands out wide. It's a joke!
Oh my gosh. Sounds like Woody's laugh. Oh,
He started laughing from the bottom of his stomach. Nobody laughed with Kyle. Several minutes later, he stopped laughing and moved on.
Several minutes of laughing later.
Kyle asked another question.
Are you guilty?
Rachel. Are you guilty? Kyle threw his questions on the floor, stood up, and pointed at her. Rachel's eye twitched slightly. Guilty of what, dear Kyle? She smiled disingenuously.
Why does she sound like that?
Guilty, spat Kyle. Of your crimes! Rachel did not answer. Her eyelids both started twitching uncontrollably.
Oh, we got you now.
Kyle asked another question.
That's it? What in the world? Mashed or blended?
A
and then back to this same question.
From the fans, said Kyle. Beef, do you prefer it mashed or blended? Rachel answered promptly. Mashed, and no more was said on that matter. After reading his final question, Kyle looked up from his paper. Well, Rachel, he said, I think that's all I was planning on asking you. If that's the case, Kyle, may I ask you something in return? Asked Rachel, smiling one more time. Do you prepare for your interviews in advance? Because you seem very together.
Oh, really?
Before Kyle could answer, the camera shut down. The broadcast was over. Kyle returned home knowing the interview had gone well.
Awesome. We got a good interview in.
But as he lay in bed and drifted to sleep, he felt that perhaps something was still missing.
Really? Different endings. Well, there we go. Very well. Kyle prepared very well. Cool. That must be one of the first endings, huh? Oh, no. Where is it? It's all the way down here? No. Oh, I already did this one. Good interview. Well, it was already achieved. I don't know what's up with the key, though. Strange. Unlocked. All endings. This is ending 2 out of 20 for this section. The interview. So there's interview endings, there's around town endings, and then there's who even knows endings. All of these. It's pretty cool. Okay, let's do the most absurd things.
Kyle woke up.
What shall we do first? You know what? I think I'm craving a little bit of fiber today. Let's go out of our bed and scavenge for some
Kyle
food.
quickly crouched down on the...
Maybe some
Kyle
bugs.
started to pick...
Oh,
Soon,
yes.
he had a small handful of...
Let's eat
Kyle
it.
threw back his head and crammed the sticky, wriggling mass into his mouth. He felt refreshed.
Oh, bad food. Okay. So that's going to give us that throwing up part in the interview. Scavenge, open closets. Nah, I'm not going to even put on clothes. Right, interview notes. Nope. I don't intend to go into the interview at all. Back to room, check in desk drawer. Was there anything else in here? CDs. What's this? Oh, small key. Wait a minute.
Kyle grabbed the small key he kept in his desk.
Oh, this is good. Check your desk drawer. No, let's go back to our closet. Maybe this is for this. Rusty locker.
It was locked, but had a blade-shaped slot in the top.
Blade-shaped slot. So we need a knife? Move to kitchen. Yeah, maybe get a knife. Pantry or fridge? The pantry is locked. Wait, we have the small key, though.
Kyle wanted to access the...
Okay.
The pantry door lock creaked as if it hadn't moved for years, but eventually opened.
Look in the pantry. What do we got?
Instead of an assortment of canned goods and grains, Kyle's pantry stored his massive amount of bottled lard.
Chug a bottle of lard. Grab a bottle of lard. Ignore the pantry. Let's chug it. Let's ruin our stomach even more.
Kyle voraciously grabbed the closest bottle,
gulping.
snapped the neck against the wall, and sucked out all of the fat within a minute.
Dang. Chugging another one.
Kyle wildly sucked down another bottle. He felt very sick.
Oh my gosh. Vomit on floor and stop. Chug another bottle.
Kyle's vomit and the lard were mixing in a way to make it hard to tell which was which.
Ew. Ew. Wait, that's disgusting. Finish off the pantry.
As Kyle finished the last bottle of lard, he felt a wave of accomplishment come over him.
Awesome. Victory is ours. We just spent the entire day drinking lard. Check pantry, open fridge. Back to hallway. We've eaten enough food. A bunch of good food. Just fat and insects. Move to kitchen, bedroom, or leave. Let's leave. What do we got right here? Kyle walked out into the middle of the road and took a long pondering look around him. Visit tech store, visit downstairs neighbor. Ooh, let's go visit our neighbor.
Kyle approached his downstairs neighbor's door and knocked. A middle-aged woman named Gabby answered the door.
Consume Gabby? Oh, scream and spit again. Greet conversation. I guess I could... Oh gosh, I'm sorry, Gabby.
Kyle unhinged his jaw and swallowed Gabby whole. Job done, Kyle returned to the middle of the street.
Back to the street.
Kyle hurried to the... Rachel's smile quickly turned to shock as she realized Kyle had not put on clothes that day.
Yes, and we have a woman-shaped stomach and bugs crawling out of us and a little bit of lard on our mouths, our cheeks.
Kyle waved and smiled broadly. Rachel uncomfortably averted her eyes.
I have nothing on.
Kyle started making his rounds around the room, greeting each crew member, none of whom looked at him directly. As it became apparent that Kyle had no intention of leaving, Rachel made some excuses and exited the set.
Okay, bye, Rachel.
One by one, the crew followed suit. Kyle was left all alone.
Oh, Kyle prepared by being a nudist, so we have to put on some clothes to actually start the interview. Who would have guessed? Who would have guessed? So that was an ending? Yep, the nudist ending. Okay, I still wanted to do some crazy things.
Kyle
So it looks like it didn't even matter if I ate the bugs or not. So let's exit. Let's go straight outside. Yes, butt naked, no clothes at all. I mean, our neighbor didn't mind it. Who cares about what Rachel thinks? Leave apartment. Visit tech, or let's actually talk to Rachel.
Kyle approached it. A middle-aged woman named Gabby answered the door.
Oh wait, I mean Gabby. Rachel's our interviewee. Greet and start conversation.
Good morning, neighbor, said Kyle cheerfully. Gabby looked at Kyle expectantly.
Ask Gabby about Kyle. About myself? Ask Gabby about Rachel. Ask Gabby about Gabby. Yeah, how is Gabby's day?
Gabby, asked Kyle, tell me about yourself.
Let's get married.
Gabby stiffened. Oh, you know, she said, putting on a fake smile. I just sit around here. Yes, I don't get around much. Never go out at night. I just stay here, right here. Gabby glared at Kyle. Convinced by Gabby's statement, Kyle bid her goodbye and returned to the street.
These voice acting is so good. I can't believe one person did all of that. I think they did. It sounds like they did. That's it? Really? We just said hi to our neighbor and left. I'm sure there was something else we could have done. Besides from just eating her, obviously. Visit the tech store. Sure. Kyle walks into the clean, white tech store. He was greeted by Techno Jim, an elaborate cutout mascot, playing soft music from a small microphone. That's what that is. That's why it sounds so bad. Ask attendant for free staples. Steal Techno Jim. I'm taking him.
Quickly, before the attendant could acknowledge him, Kyle grabbed Techno Jim by the shoulders. Finding that Techno Jim's cardboard feet were bolted to the ground, Kyle started to heave upwards.
Heave! Rip him off.
After several tugs, Techno Jim broke free, leaving 1 foot and 1 leg behind.
Yes, he's all mine.
Kyle glanced at the attendant, who was staring, bewildered, and ran outside.
Continue with day. Nice, we got Techno Jim. Back to the apartment. I guess we'll take Techno Jim with us. I don't know why we have him. I wonder if we could take him to the interview, though. Let's go back to the bedroom. I guess we could put on some clothes this time to actually start our
Kyle
thing.
decided to take some time to choose appearances.
Yeah, slick suit.
Kyle miraculously
I'll try the other
crammed his
clothing
dumpy
in another
body
run
into
if
the
we have
suit.
time.
The chest pockets were filled with random knickknacks.
Okay. Only got 6 hours left. So what can we do? Move to kitchen? Bedroom? Can we? I mean, leaving won't do anything. We can only go to the tech store or our neighbor, which we've already done. I really want to try to find the key for the rusty box in our closet. Maybe it is in the fridge.
Something to eat.
I guess we could eat.
Kyle constructed a breakfast of poached eggs and toast, along with a small fruit cup and grilled sausage.
Smash! Let's just eat it.
Kyle ate his breakfast slowly and thoughtfully, enjoying every bite.
Ooh. Why did it sound so
Felt
crunchy?
refreshed.
Did he eat the plate too? Return to kitchen. Walk to the center of the kitchen. Well, that's all we got time for.
Kyle wanted to act.
Back to kitchen. Okay. What do we got?
Kyle hurried to the set. Rachel looked up and smiled. Good evening, Kyle, she said, looking him in the eyes. I've been looking forward to being here.
Oh my gosh. Interview Techno Jim instead. Yes.
Kyle roughly shoved Rachel out of her seat and placed Techno Jim in her stead.
Hello, Techno Jim. You are the real star of the show. I've been waiting to talk to you.
Hello, Techno Jim, said Kyle. I'm going to interview you today.
Everyone's going to look at us like we're crazy.
Kyle grasped Techno Jim's hand and tried to shake it, but instead tore it off the cardboard frame.
Thanks for giving me the hand.
Kyle's producer, sensing viral media, pulled the bewildered Rachel out of frame and motioned the crew to go live.
Go.
Cameramen moved, lights flashed, and suddenly the studio was on air. Hi, I'm Kyle, said Kyle, and tonight I'm going to interview a very special guest.
Very special.
He pointed at Techno Jim using the dismembered arm.
Oh my gosh.
Techno Jim started to smoke from the heat of the lights. Would you like to introduce yourself? Asked Kyle. Knowing Jim would probably not speak, Kyle took it upon himself to be his voice as well. Hi, Kyle, he said, raising the pitch of his voice. My name is Rachel May, and I'm a very special guest.
This is actually someone that took place for Rachel, even though she's right there, right next to him.
Rachel's expression of confusion turned to shock. Well, Rachel, you look way too thin and absolutely terrible, and you should feel ugly. Kyle gave Jim a meaningful stare. Wow, Kyle, he said. I sure wish I could look like you. Techno Jim burst into flames.
Oh my gosh. No, Techno Jim.
Instantaneously, the sprinkler system initiated. Curtains of water poured down from the rafters. Within seconds, the production equipment was doused in water. The set was soon aburst with electrical fires.
Oh my gosh, whose great idea was that?
Kyle's crew abandoned their posts as cameramen and sound mixers to try to put the fires out. As the crew scrambled around, the cameras continued to run. Kyle sat, motionless, staring forward.
Oh my gosh. It's the I'm fine meme, where everything is fine in the fire.
Eventually, the fires were all put out. Kyle's producer shut off the broadcast, leaving Kyle's vacant stare as the final frame.
That's terrifying.
Kyle's ratings skyrocketed.
Oh yeah, we went viral.
Techno Jim became a staple on the show, often ending up destroyed by the end of each episode.
So we had Techno Jim remade every single time, and always catching on fire.
Although Rachel did not come back on the show, her cardboard portrayal did. Rachel was very popular.
Rachel. Nice. Unlocked a new cursor. Oh, a flashlight. Cool. I didn't know I could even have different cursors. Kyle interviewed Rachel. Cool, dude. Vlogs and endings. There it is. Techno Jim. Kyle interviewed Techno Jim. So I'm getting a lot of the interview ones. I'm surprised I even got this one, the old friend one. That was super crazy that I found that. But let's see what we unlocked. The new flashlight. Cool. Oh, nice. Different endings, different prizes. We got different backgrounds and trails too. Oh man, that's so fun. I'd love to get all these endings at some point, but I think I'll have to do that on my own time. Or if you guys would like me to play again, I can, and we could try to get even more endings. Or if you guys have any guides or any endings that you want me to get, go ahead and drop it in the comments to let me follow along, but don't spoil the ending for me, because I want to experience it too, if you think that I would like it. But yeah, guys, that is going to be the end of this video for Kyle is Famous. I loved it. The voice acting was so amazing. It was great. It was so funny. The lines are just so all over the place. And the story, you never know where it's going to take you. When you look even under your bed, you might just find a friend. But yeah, guys, I had a lot of fun with this game. I'll leave it in the description if you guys want to go ahead and play it. There is a free version on Steam and the full version as well. But until the next one, guys, thanks for watching. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace out, fam.